everybody. So today we're going to have the Bell's Brewery Advent Holiday Variety Pack December 19th beer. This is Goin Dark. Now when this first came out, I did pick up a 6-pack of it, but then by the time I got around to drinking it, this holiday box was out, so I didn't drink it. So this is a coffee milk stout with bourbon barrel aged coffee beans. The weird part is I and again, I haven't looked anything up. I haven't seen if there's any reviews, but a coffee milk stout, is this like the Araba Cadabra? Then the bourbon barrel aged coffee beans. Do they really take a barrel and fill it up with coffee beans, then put it in like secondary? I'm not sure how this is made. Um, Brewed with Bell's employees with bourbon barrel aged coffee beans. Uh, yeah, it doesn't really say how it was made except for bourbon barrel aged coffee beans. I don't think I've had a bourbon barrel aged coffee bean beer. Packaged on 10/24/19, 6.3% ABV. Let's go ahead and get this open and get it into a glass and see what we think. This has probably been out 20 minutes. And it was in the garage. It's 19 degrees out, so the garage is probably in the 30s, high 30s or something. So let's go ahead and get it in here. I did give one of these to a friend, and he said he really liked it. So I'm hoping the same. Like I said on the Araba Cadabra, I'm a big coffee fan. I drink my coffee pitch black, darker the better. So my score at the end might be a little bit higher if you're not a big coffee fan. Head is going down. I'm guessing that's from the oil in the beans. Like beans and like nuts, peanuts, almonds, something like that. Usually you have to roast them a couple times, so you'll put them on like a cookie sheet with paper towel or something under there. You'll roast them for about 10 minutes. You'll pull them out. You'll pat them down, put them back in there, pull them out, pat them down, and keep on going if you want to try and get a head on the beer. Most of these breweries, from what I can tell, don't care and just let it go away, because really you're not drinking the head, the foam on the beer, so who really cares? What we did have was an off-white khaki-ish color head color. I was gonna say dark brown, but I would go with black now. Very black. I do have a very dark amber hue at the very bottom where the glass kind of dips down. Let's go ahead and smell. I get some sweetness, a little bit of roasted malt, and that's about it. I really don't pick up any coffee. This kind of smells like the Rabacadabra, but it's got a nice vanilla, and I'm guessing that's coming from the bourbon barrel, but coffee, if I was doing this blind, at least as cold as this is, I wouldn't say this has coffee in it at all. Yeah, some vanilla, a little bit of sweetness, almost like a milk stout, then just a touch of roasted malt. Let's go ahead and taste. You do get a good amount of coffee, even for how cold it is. Because I know it's in a bourbon barrel, I want to say there's some oakiness there, like some coffee, roasted malt oakiness with a touch of vanilla. I'm not getting any bourbon. Very, very smooth. Aftertaste is more like a medium roasted coffee to me, with some sweetness, roasted malt from those dark malts that they're putting in there. Yeah, I like the coffee. I think it is toned down a little bit just because of how cold it is, but you still get enough coffee. I get a lot more coffee in this one than I do the Arabicadabra. But I don't get bourbon. Like I said, I do get a little bit of oakiness, but I don't know if I'm just thinking that because that's what I'm looking for in a bourbon barrel aged beer. Um, but it does taste like on the front of the palate when you get some of that sweetness, that coffee, that there is some woodiness, like oakiness to it. I could just pound this. On this one, I would have to go with a 4.25 out of 5. I want that coffee flavor to be a lot bolder. I want to see some of that bourbon barrel. Now, how much are you going to get? I don't know how much would soak into the beans. My guess is, I'm just guessing, that we're going to see a bourbon barrel infused coffee beer because if they are using a barrel that had bourbon in it, they have to use a liquid for the beans. You can't just put the beans in a dry barrel. I wouldn't think. So there has to be some kind of liquid that's going to pick up some of the bourbon or whatever's left in there along with the char, the oakiness. So I wouldn't be surprised if we don't see like a bourbon barrel infused coffee stout or something like that. Because yeah, like I said, it is kind of confusing when they say bourbon barrel aged coffee beans. Um, are they putting the coffee beans in with the bourbon? Then when they empty the bourbon, they're leaving the coffee beans in there. Then they're taking those coffee beans to secondary. I don't know. It's probably going in depth. And I just noticed this, and I know I said it, but this is a milk stout. So the sweetness is could be from the lactose, and maybe that's why I'm picking up vanilla in there. Usually lactose to me comes off as a vanilla, and I still get it. I probably went off in left field for some people, but yeah, definitely a good one. I'm glad I have the other ones. Shelf life is 12 months on this. I think I will let some of them sit and just see what happens with them and see if that coffee flavor intensifies or if it goes away. My guess is it's going to go away, but you never know. So if you like this video, thumbs up. If you don't, thumbs down. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring that bell so you know when new videos are coming out. And until next time, happy brewing.